Okay, we're going to do a quick walkthrough and installation of the WP Auto Schema plugin. This document, you would have gotten a link to it in your email. That's this link here in your receipt email. There's also a download link for your license keys and for the invoice. And at the bottom of your email, there's another link to this thank you page as well. So save that email. So we're going to download our plugin, and we're going to put it in let's see, I'm going to put it in a new folder here. I'm probably going to save it there, and then we'll come over to our blog. As you can see, this is one of my test blogs. You can see all the stuff I got in here. Not much is activated because I use it for testing. So we'll go to our add new plugins here, and we're going to do an upload. We're going to choose our file. We're going to navigate to where we downloaded the plugin. Select it, click open, click install now. It's going to install. We're going to activate it. Go back over here, and there we go. Auto Schema activated. And to access the settings, you go to the settings in the left-hand menu. Click on WP Auto Schema. I previously set this up so there's some data laying around. Input your license key here. We'll jump back over here. Your license keys are going to be at the bottom of your welcome email. And also you can download them again from the download license keys. It'll just download the license key or keys into a text file. So you put your license key in here, activate a YouTube API. You do need a YouTube API in order to generate video objects schema. The API, as we show you how to access it in this little video, will give you 10,000 credits a day, and videos take between 3 and 5 credits to access the API. API calls between 3 and 5 API calls for one video, and you get 10,000 a day. So that's a lot of videos. But to save you the overhead and the time it takes to do that, we cache all the information for the schema for each page as soon as it's generated, so it doesn't have to be generated every time someone accesses the page. Cuts the load time to almost zero for loading the schema. The other input field you see here is a custom logo field. Much of the schema that we generate requires a logo URL. So you need to put your logo URL in here. There are no limits on the image sizes or anything of that nature because it's just a reference to your logo. We provide the default, which is this URL here. If there's nothing in this field, we use the default, but I put the default in here so you can see it. And we'll show you that in just a minute. There's a date filter that you can set. You pick a day, and we won't generate schema for any content that was published on or after this date. So if this date was set to January 1st, 2020, then we would only generate schema for pages and posts that were published before January 1st, 2020. So we just installed it. This is a test, structured data test that I ran right before I started this video. As you can see, all there is just the basic HATOM structured data that's generated by WordPress. So we're going to run a new test since we have automated all this stuff. Let's see, let's do an activation. Oops. Just one second while I act. Okay, so I have activated the plugin with my license, activated the YouTube API. Be sure and click activate and update whenever you change these, and set and reset the filter whenever you want to. If you reset this filter, it will generate new schema up to and including up to the new date that you set. So you can control where the cutoffs are. It's easy to do. So now we're going back to our structured data tool. As I showed you, we've got just the standard H-atom structured data here. So we're just going to run the new test, and now we get the 4 objects that we generate automatically. One is the organization, and this is, like I said, a test. Nothing there except the URL. For the images, we generate the image object. I want to bring this to your attention. The alt text is included as the caption for all of the images that we generate schema for. So just to reiterate how important alt text is for all your images. You definitely want to use it. We go back to our video object. I just embedded the YouTube video that is the walkthrough of the WP Auto Schema plugin. So we'll go over it. Well, actually, we'll go over it real quick. The API returns us the complete description up to 5,000 characters. It also returns the default thumbnail URL. This is another good reason why you need to optimize the images and have custom YouTube thumbnails because of the schema advantages that it gives you. Okay, this is just an example page that we have on the website here. We'll show that to you real quick. It is literally the sample page for Sydney. This theme, and there's our airplane and our video and just a little bit of context. We come over here. The headline is the first sentence on the page. The article body is the next 6 sentences, or the first 6 sentences, I should say, on each of the pages that are generated for the article schema. That reiterates the fact that your headline, your first sentence, is considered the most important from an SEO standpoint, and then the first 6 sentences, including the first sentence, is extremely important because of the way we generate schema for Google's consumption. And we again include the image because it is part of the article itself. So there you have it. That pretty much is it. It's that simple. If you turn it off, let's see, we'll go back over here real quick and we'll shut it off. And whenever that happens, all the schema just goes bye-bye. So we'll just deactivate just to show you the effect. Go back and run a new test again. And unless it picks up some stuff from cache, it's going to just give us the H-atom. So that schema is all gone. So that happens if you deactivate, and then again, all you have to do is reactivate, and it will start to generate all the schema for you again. This could happen if your subscriptions expire, your licenses are canceled, or for any other reason you, well, that's Wonder Silo, that's not even us, this is us down here. Oops. Oh, well, I deactivated the correct one. That's good. Anyway, so now you get to watch a little bit of my foibles trying to do this. I guess it's obvious I'm not a professional. Anyway, so we turn it back on. We'll run a new test, and we'll get our schema again. I'll bet you $1. And there we go. So you have control. at all times. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions, again, always refer back to this document. This is going to have, well, obviously I'll be adding in this video. It'll be put right here before the download. But you can always watch the introduction and walkthrough again if you wish. And there's always a link to our support desk here. So, again, thank you again. And we hope that you love our WP Auto Schema.